江山气数已尽，你又何苦逆天而行？
这柄金刚剑和你师叔身上那把倚天剑，双剑合璧，可以天下无敌。
我爹和我娘呢？
他自出生便注定要背负的使命。
圣巫女只为巫族而存在，只有圣巫女倾城，请陛下忘了以前的倾城。
The term classic does not always imply hundreds of years old. A classic has its own sense of style. Top List Drama will also recommend some slick classic historical dramas for you to watch right now. They never, ever go out of style. Before we dive into our other lists, make sure you click subscribe and like to stay with us and get more content like this. Thanks. Number 1. Nirvana in Fire. The screenplay and cinematography of Nirvana in Fire will blow your mind. Often compared to Game of Thrones, the extremely popular American TV show, Nirvana in Fire is loved by millions of fans. It's the story of a cruel betrayal and revenge, set in one of the most chaotic periods of China's history, when the country was divided between the northern and southern dynasties. This series is guaranteed to satisfy you.
更离奇的是，他本人虽不会丝毫无功，身旁却聚集了众多高手听服于他。
Number 2. Scarlet Heart. Scarlet Heart centers on a young woman from the 21st century who gets into a car accident and as a consequence travels back in time to the Qing dynasty. Trapped in the teenage body of her old incarnation, she knows it's better for her not to get involved in dangerous palace intrigues. However, she can't help herself, and she becomes enmeshed in a struggle for the throne. Part of the reason for this is due to love. If you like strong female characters, an amazing plot, and heart-tugging emotions, don't skip this one.
强烈撞击，把脑电波都撞出来了。
Number 3. The Legend of Qin. The Legend of Qin is based on Shen Leping's animation series, Qin Moon, which was adapted from the novel of the same name. The drama is set during the Qin dynasty, an important but chaotic time. The main story centers on a young hero, a boy who changes the course of history. He faces violence from the regime, cruel enemies, relationship difficulties, and love. The story is set in the midst of a transition. It is the end of one era and the beginning of another, a time of great changes and brilliant achievements. Number 4. Number 4. God of War, Zhao Yun. The God of War, Zhao Yun, is loosely based on the 14th century novel, Romance of the Three Kingdoms, which focuses on Zhao Zhilong, a great military general. Watching the series, we dive into the early Three Kingdoms period in China. The story generally follows the general's life. You will know everything about his background, personality, about all of his adventures and romances. This series highlights the most important aspects of Zhao Yun's life, and you will become intimately acquainted with the battles of his heart.
这柄金刚剑和你师叔身上那把倚天剑，双剑合璧，可以天下无敌。
我爹和我娘呢？说呀！
Number 5. Sound of the Desert. The Sound of the Desert tells the story of a girl with no parents, no name, and no age. She was raised by wolves in the desert. One day, she meets her foster father and gets the chance to live in civilization. However, after her father is killed, she is forced to live in the desert once again. After some time, she ventures back into the civilized world, and there, she crosses paths with two men. One of them she ignores, the other she falls in love with, but is then spurned.
不要紧，顺着前面这条路走。大家往前面走，走，这。
Number 6. The Imperial Doctress. Here's another drama about the difficult life of a strong woman who beats all odds. Set during the Ming Dynasty, the Imperial Doctress is about the unstoppable Tan Yunshan, who comes from a family of court physicians. However, at that time, female practitioners were often framed for things. But Tan Yunshan is devoted to medicine, even if she has no choice but to keep it a secret. Life becomes even more complicated and more interesting when she gets to know the Emperor. Over the course of 50 episodes, this show covers more than 20 years. Sometimes, in long dramas like this, it's difficult to know how many days or years are passing. Luckily, this series gives hints about how much time has passed, so that viewers can stay on top of the chronology. Number 7. Legend of Lu Zhen. If you love seeing strong female historical figures on screen, you can't miss The Legend of Lu Zhen. This series centers on an amazing, strong-willed woman who works hard for her position, the first female prime minister. The lead is Lu Zhen, a powerful woman who goes her own way. She enters the palace and quickly rises through the ranks due to her pottery-making skills. There's a good dose of romance as well. She steals the heart of the crown prince, but they can't be happy together because of her lower social status, as well as enemies in every corner. However, even if she can't be his empress, that doesn't mean she can't obtain the highest position in the land, right?
你为什么那么不长眼呢？爹，放我进去！
这样。
放我进去！
Number 8. The Legend of the Dragon Pearl. The Legend of the Dragon Pearl tells the love story between Kangxi, the young emperor of the Qing dynasty, and Yi Huan, the last princess of the Ming dynasty. Since Kangxi became an orphan, a regent ascended the throne. The tyrannical government starts spying on Kangxi and does whatever it can to prevent him from regaining his rightful power. The young heir to the throne has never experienced true friendship or love before. In this story, he becomes attached to Princess Yi Huan, who treats him as an equal. The Legend of the Dragon Pearl is a real emotional roller coaster. It will make you laugh out loud and cry a river at the same time.
大明江山气数已尽，你又何苦逆天而行？
Number 9. Lost Love in Time. Based on the novel Drunk Ling Long by Shi Xiye, Lost Love in Time is a beautiful combination of fantasy, romance, and historical drama. It features a beautiful and mysterious fantasy theme, complex relationships, and charming chemistry between the two leads. If you love period dramas like Scarlet Heart or 10 Miles of Peach Blossoms and are looking for something similar, Lost Love in Time may be just the ticket. This drama centers on a beautiful love story between a witch, Qin Cheng, and a prince, Yuangling of Wei. One day, the emperor tries to kill the prince, but he survives due to the witch's intervention. He is beyond grateful, and he ends up falling in love. After just a few days, they became engaged, but the state didn't approve of their union. Will their romance spell disaster, or will they be able to overcome everything in their path and find happiness together? Number 10. The Story of Ming Lan. Ming Lan, a talented and capable girl who is deprived and mistreated in the kingdom, embarks on a journey as a concubine. She seeks revenge for the death of her biological mother by hiding her skills and joining hands with Gu Tingye, the second son of the Gu family, who is treated the same in his family. If you are impressed by the rise from the ashes type of stories, then you'll definitely have a great time with this 73-episode series.
永昌伯爵娘子是个最爱张罗婚事姻缘的人，如兰明兰在她面前施了大礼数。
Number 11. The Legend of Concubine Zhen Huan. Based on the internet novel of the same name by Liu Lianji, The Legend of Concubine Zhen Huan is a historical Chinese drama that talks about the female wars in the royal Chinese harems. Zhen Huan, the protagonist, is a beautiful woman who never wished to be selected as a concubine in the Qing dynasty. Being raw and clean, the show does get predictable at times, but if you want to witness the true sense of the Forbidden City, then this might be the show for you.
She will have to choose between honor.
Are you a fan of romantic Chinese dramas? Which dramas are you most looking forward to watching? Let us know in the comments below. For the latest updates on television series from Asia, be sure to follow us on Top List Drama.